Mitosis is the method of cell division by the separation of the chromosomes. I can't do this. Come on, somebody, play my song for me. Play Dean's song.
Felicia said I should just come right in.
Olivia, hi.
Hi. Oh,
Hi.
is it safe in here?
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming over. I really needed to see you.
Jenna, what's the matter?
Are you kidding? I think I just made the biggest mistake of my life.
Allie is out.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, we only got as far as the quiet old lady whispering hush.
Never fails. I read to her, and I get suckered into at least 4 books. You read to her, she crashes right out.
That's because you are a soft touch. You know what I've been thinking?
What?
How great it's going to be spending Thanksgiving with you and Allie.
Yeah, the holidays last year were pretty rough.
Well, we are going to make up for that.
But at least we have the chance. Now, poor John Hudson. Having to go through Gregory's first Christmas without Sharlene.
Well, maybe the memorial service tonight will help.
I don't think anything's going to help.
We are so lucky, Amanda.
Yeah, we are.
What's wrong? Are you worried about your mother's surgery?
Oh, she's being so stoic, she's driving me crazy.
Well, if you want to talk about it, we can.
No, there is something else. Olivia came by today, ostensibly to give you this.
Oh.
Do you know why she's doing this?
Oh, John's here. I wasn't sure he'd show up.
Maybe if he sees other people accepting Charlene's death, it'll be easier for him to do it.
Nothing's going to make it easier. Hi.
Hey, hi.
I'm glad you're here.
How are things at the hospital?
Okay. Where's Gregory? You haven't put him to bed yet, have you?
Oh, no, he's at your mother's. He had one of those long, late afternoon naps, and he hasn't had his dinner yet.
Oh, well, then I'll go over there and feed him.
No, Clara said she would handle it.
I don't want her to have to handle it.
John, you can't leave now.
Why?
The memorial service. It's tonight.
You didn't go ahead with that.
Yes, we did. And I think it's a good idea, John. We can remember her. We can tell old stories.
No.
John!
No. I don't want any part of this!
Olivia said these things were too painful for her to keep.
This is the sketch I did of her before that dance series.
Yeah, I remember. Obviously, she wanted you to remember, too.
This opened up a whole new approach for me.
You must have been really inspired.
Amanda, I'm always experimenting. This isn't anything special.
Sam, there are Christmas ornaments in there that you made for your tree last year.
Last Christmas is ancient history.
It's the first I heard that you went to New York to be with her for the holiday.
Amanda, you know I wasn't a monk. I never lied to you about
Christmas
that.
is for family.
I had more than a fling with Olivia. We were close.
Oh, she's reminding me of that. Yeah. I mean, look at this. There's evidence of a whole life the two of you shared.
One shopping bag has got you this upset?
I guess I always wanted to believe that you went to Olivia on the rebound.
Well, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, I'm beginning to see that. She was your model, your lover. Sam, she did this on purpose. She did it to shove it in my face.
Maybe she did.
Well, it worked. I'm jealous.
Well, now maybe you know how I felt watching you with Evan Bates. As I recall, you took a little trip to New York with him.
Don't, Sam, this is exactly what Olivia wants us to do.
I had to watch you two drool over each other day in and day out.
I'm sorry. I thought you forgave me for
I
Evan.
did forgive you for Evan, but it still gets to me. Especially the lies. Just like that stuff gets to you.
Oh, no, no, no. There's one big difference. Evan is gone. Olivia is still here. She's constantly reminding me of the life the two of you had.
I cannot control what Olivia does, all right?
I know that.
So you can either get over it or not get over it. It's pretty much up to you.
Are you two ready for the service?
John, there were witnesses. And Taylor admitted to trapping Charlene in the cabin of that
Let it
boat.
go,
She was
Cass.
declared dead.
So was Kathleen. You want to get into that?
John, Charlene's friends are hurting too. Now, they wanted to do something, and I suggested we all meet here. I was hoping you would join us.
I'm going to see my son.
We might as well go back inside and finish getting ready. People are going to be arriving any minute.
I wish we could have convinced him to stay.
He has to work this out on his own. He's heard all the facts. You and I see them one way, he sees them another.
You're right.
Hi.
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 Come on inside.
Thanks.
Are we the first ones here?
Yes, it's going to be a small group.
Where's John? I need to talk to him.
Actually, you just missed him. He's on his way over to your mother's.
He's not going to be here?
He's not ready to say goodbye to Charlene yet.
Well, look, I'm going to take off then. I'm going to try to catch up with him. I need to talk.
Michael, don't. If John wanted to see us, he would be here.
Well, maybe you're right.
Charlene always gave him the space to work things out. I think we should do the same.
You and Charlene were pretty close, actually, huh?
I could talk to her.
Yes, most people could.
She didn't always agree with me, but she never turned her back on me, and no matter what, every time I walked through that door, she welcomed me.
Charlene treated everyone like family.
What's going to happen to John and Gregory? This whole thing just makes me want to cling so tightly to the family that I have left.
Donna, speaking of that, I think you should phone Victoria.
Why? What's happened?
She's afraid she's lost Ryan.
Oh, no.
I think I'll let her tell you about it herself.
Thank you. I'll stop by later.
She'd appreciate it, I know.
Well, she's my child. Let me just get these and some water.
Do you need any help, Donna?
No, thanks.
We'll manage.
Amazing.
What?
Feels like Charlene is still keeping those two from fighting. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Everything looks lovely.
These are for later.
Cass, I know it's a small gathering. Did you, well, is Rachel coming?
Yeah, she said she was.
Yes, her surgery's tomorrow.
Sam and Amanda are bringing her.
Good.
And Jamie is covering John's shift at the hospital, and Lucas and Felicia should be here any minute.
I just hope everyone will be comfortable.
Fire feels good.
Yeah. That was one thing about Charlene. She always enjoyed the simple things in life. The fire. A tomato ripe from the garden would send her right over the top. And sunset. She always liked to watch the sunset.
That was the one time of the day she'd just sit down, relax, and let the rest of the world go by.
Yeah, chores were finished. Dinner was cooking. She felt peaceful.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Let me take those.
Okay. Thank you.
Oops.
How you doing? Hi. I'm glad you're here.
How you holding up, Frank?
I'm keeping real busy.
Well, we're too young to be going through things like this.
Yeah, we are.
I know Charlene was your best friend.
Don't make me cry, Lucas. I have been holding up pretty well up until now.
Okay, it's time for some music.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Well, you didn't expect this to be formal, did you? Sit down.
Jenna, he's only been gone a few hours. He probably hasn't even checked into his room yet.
Did I tell you what he did? They played a song for Jenna on the radio, and Dean had the DJ dedicate it to me.
Do you see how romantic that is?
I know, but that's the first time that they played it on the radio and we weren't together. I mean, maybe that's some kind of sign.
Of what?
That maybe this song is our farewell song.
Oh, Jenna, he probably heard it the exact same time as you did, and it was his way of being able to be with you.
I didn't think about it that way.
Come on, you're gonna make yourself nuts.
Well, I'd be less nuts if he called, you know?
He'll call.
Oh, those music producers, they probably won't even give him a free minute. If they're anything like Lorna, they're already blowing in his ear.
Obviously, there's only one thing for you to do.
Don't tell me not to think about it.
Get on a plane.
What?
Get on a plane, go to New York, and be with Dean. Come on, what's stopping you?
Well, Sharlene always loved a house full of people.
This farm, the land, the barn, everything always made her so happy.
She finally had a home.
Sam, look. It's a picture of John and Sharlene with Gregory, right after he was born.
I remember you holding Allie just like that.
One thing that I learned from Sharlene was to sit back and enjoy what you have.
She was always trying to get me to just stop and take time to live.
She did have a hard life, but she never focused on any of those difficulties.
No, she was too busy taking care of other people.
Yeah, I remember when she came forward at my trial. Remember that? And she was able to tell the whole world about her past. I owe her a lot for that.
She knew the power of telling the truth.
We could all be ourselves with her, and you can't say that about too many people.
I remember just after Mac died. You know how it is with people. They don't want to have a thing to do with you when something bad happens, or else they want you to say, oh, everything's fine, but not Sharlene. She wanted me to talk, and she wanted to listen.
I wish I could do that.
So do I.
I'm sure that a lot of it was her being a mother. She raised Josie all on her own, and nothing that my girls ever did surprised her. Nothing.
Do you remember when she first came here? She used to put up those preserves all the time.
I do, and I even helped once.
No.
Yes, I did. It's the truth. I did. She always had me washing dishes and cooking.
Oh, I would love to have seen
Never did that at home.
Donna with her perfect manicure in the suds.
Well, it was either that or feed the horse.
Oh, that's an image.
The thing I remember most about Sharlene was that you could never get her to spend a cent on herself. I had to force her to throw out this ratty old sweater she had.
I do not look like Mother Hubbard. Because it's warm. Give it to you. Why? Oh, you are? Well, I guess it's not so ugly when you're cold. Frankie, where are you going? Don't burn, Frankie, don't burn it! You give it to me! Give it back! Give it to me!
I remember when she first met John, and she took her hair down. Oh, she was so stunning.
Made me believe in the power of love.
She was working at Tops for me then, and I remember I brought her some clothes. I just wanted her to feel confident.
I don't know. You sure about this? I don't want to scare the chickens. I mean, Felicia, really, this is gorgeous, but you ought to give this to someone who can really use it. I mean, because I'm a single mother with a teenage daughter and I never go out. And even if I did, this is a little out of my league. What do you mean you never know? I know. I'll never marry again.
She never could admit that she was falling for John.
Luckily, that never stopped him.
She just got more and more beautiful the closer they got. She was very happy then.
It's okay,
Having somebody by your side who believes in you, whether the times are good or bad, that's what marriage is all about.
A good marriage.
I think it's being with the person you're meant to be with.
I wonder how it happened that John and Sharlene found each other.
Makes you believe that there are greater forces at work, doesn't it?
Doesn't feel right to do this without Josie. She and her mother were so close.
Is she still in Los Angeles?
Yes. When I told her that Sharlene had been declared dead, she collapsed.
Emma's with her right now. Frankie suggested that she stay out there for a few weeks.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, but whenever I needed advice, I never went to my mother. I always went to Sharlene.
She didn't mind you being a rebel.
No, or the fact that I don't eat meat, even though she'd slaved over a pot roast, or the fact that I always get cold feet when something important's coming up. Like when Cass and I first got engaged.
Scared, huh?
Yeah, you don't know the half of it. But Sharlene did.
Frankie, eat this. There's not that much sugar. Come on. You know, honey, Cass doesn't care if you know how to bake pies. You say he wanted to marry Susie Homemaker? I don't think so. No, he fell in love with you. With your, bracelets. And all the other things that make you, you. Yeah, that too. Honey, no, look, if you're gonna change, change together. You're a team now. And maybe with any luck, someday you'll have him eating tofu burgers. And better him than me.
Well, she was right. I'm hooked on tofu burgers.
And I have a great fondness for apple pie. Would anyone like some?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
I'll get the coffee.
I'll help. I thought I saw this coming on.
We're so lucky.
We almost blew it.
But at least we still have a chance. We have a chance to get to know each other more, to plan a future, to watch our little girl grow up.
We found each other again. We have to try harder.
Promise me you're not going to let anything come between us again.
I promise.
It's going to get better. All we need is faith. Right?
Iris. I didn't know you considered yourself one of Charlene's friends.
Well, you can think what you like. But I've always admired Sharlene, and I'm here to pay my respects. Hello, everybody. Well, I know you all think I probably haven't got a right to be here, but I needed to say goodbye, too.
You aren't one of the people that one thinks of automatically as being particularly close to Sharlene, no?
Cass, I admit that she was always much more accepting of me than I was of her.
Why did you come, then?
Because I was so wrong about Taylor Benson and what she was capable of. And because I've always admired Charlene's courage.
Well, so have we. And anyone who comes here to celebrate Charlene's life is welcome here.
Light a candle, Iris.
Here.
Thank you.
Well, where was I?
We were trying to put one over on Sharlene unsuccessfully.
Rachel.
How you feeling?
Oh, fine. I'm just a little tired.
Well, I know you've got the surgery tomorrow. Why don't I drive you home?
No. You stay here with everyone else. I'm just going to slip out with Sam and Amanda.
Okay. Look, if you can't sleep, you can give me a call. Otherwise, I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Good night.
Bye.
I may not have agreed with Sharlene, but I always thought it was wonderful how devoted she and John were to each other.
They kind of brought each other back to life, and then they created a new life.
This is not a mitten, John. It's a booty. Babies do wear them. And this little guy will too. Because I'm lousy at sweaters, okay? Look how tiny. And in just a few months, it'll be on one of those little feet. It's such a miracle. Our baby.
I used to come here just to touch base. It sounds like some of you did too. I think it was because Sharlene always saw the truth in whatever was happening. I think that's how she overcame so many obstacles in her life. But we can't talk things over with her anymore.
I sure wish we could.
I'm gonna miss that a lot.
We mustn't waste all of that wisdom. So each of us is going to have to try to remember what we learned from Sharlene. And we have to try to help John find the peace he needs to go on. Frankie's mother said that Charlene's favorite hymn was Amazing Grace. I think it might be a nice time to put that on. Yeah? Excuse me. Oh, great. I'm sorry, we're experiencing technical difficulties here.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Okay, now what are you going to wear on the plane?
Well, I am not really sure yet, but I was thinking about this. Yeah, I know. I don't want to look like Rebecca Sunnybrook Farm walking in Manhattan.
You need
either.
something
All right.
to make Dean forget all about
Well,
the groupies
like
and the
what?
wild parties.
Like
What?
what?
I'll find something.
Let's see.
I got it. This.
Olivia, are you crazy? That's trying a little too hard, don't you think?
No, I don't think so. Come on, have some fun. Put a coat over top of it and really surprise him.
Oh, I don't know.
Come on, he'll love it. Trust me. Do it. Okay, you finish packing. I'll call the hotels and the airlines, and then you'll be set.
Not yet. I still
Why?
have to get Lucas and Felicia's permission.
Oh, boy.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Mom.
I saw the light. I thought you'd still be at the farm.
Oh, the service got to be too much.
A little too close, huh?
Yeah,
How's John?
he wasn't there.
You still can't deal with it.
Well, maybe he is dealing with it, but just, you know, different from other people. Anyway, I was glad I went. I mean, you know, it's important to be reminded of how precious life is and that you gotta live every moment.
What about Josie?
Poor kid. She's still in L.A. She's taking it really badly. I keep wondering how she's possibly going to get on without her mother.
You've been doing some heavy thinking out here.
No, not really. I mean, I just felt like getting my hands into some clay, you know?
And this might be your last chance. What you can still see.
I don't recall inviting you to wander around in my head, you
But
know?
Jamie says that the odds are very good with this operation for you.
He also says it might be tricky.
I hate it. That you have to go through all of this all over again.
Mom, you don't have to get upset. It's going to be okay. It'll be fine. I have a good feeling about it, really.
You don't have to hide from me, you know.
I'm not doing that. I just, I just thought maybe I should be alone for a while.
You don't have to be brave in front of anybody.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's good to get out here and work with my hands. It gives me a better perspective on things, you know?
I'll see to it that nobody disturbs you.
Thanks.
Good night.
So Charlene convinced John to let the foreman take over frame construction, and everything's been working out great ever since.
That sounds like you're always giving somebody a break.
Yeah.
John, we missed you. Well, I'm not sorry I missed this. I want all of you out of here.
John.
I thought you were my friends. Charlene's friends.
We are, John.
So how could you do this? What, do you want her dead? Is that it?
No, of course not.
They haven't even found her body yet. Couldn't you at least have waited for that? My own brother. And Frankie. Charlene wouldn't believe this.
John, I told you that this was going to be happening tonight.
Turning our living room into a funeral parlor.
It wasn't like that.
This is my home!
John, I think we should go. We can talk about this later.
No, Felicia, we will not talk about anything. Not if it has to do with death and funerals.
I'll go to him.
We're gonna stay. He needs us now more than he knows.
He needs us to respect his way of grieving.
I think Frankie's right. I'll say my goodbyes.
Not everyone can talk about what they've lost.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. You call if I can do anything.
I will promise.
Thank you. Michael?
No, I'm gonna stay and talk to John.
Please, Michael.
All right, you tell him I'll call him in the morning.
Try not to take this personally, okay?
He's my brother.
Well, this turned out to be a disaster, didn't it? What do we do now?
Nothing. You have to go too.
You're staying, aren't you?
Yes. Because John and Gregory need me, but you have to go.
Frankie.
Please. Yes, go.
Come in. Hi, Felicia. How was the service for Charlene?
Well, he talked about good things, and well, we miss her so much.
I'm sorry.
Why is your suitcase out?
Oh, well, my last class is tomorrow, and then we get a break for Thanksgiving.
What, you're planning to go away?
I'd like to. Just for the holiday. I mean, to be with Dean.
Dean, where? Honey, I didn't give you permission to do this.
I know, but just look at you and Lucas. I mean, you thought you'd never be separated, and then it took you 23 years to find each other.
This isn't going to happen
But
to
it
you.
could. It could if I don't go. Please, Felicia, please let me go. I just want to leave right after class tomorrow, and I'll be back right after Thanksgiving.
Do I have anything to say about this?
Please try to understand.
Can I trust you to not take any foolish
Yeah,
chances?
of course.
You know, this is New York we're talking about. This isn't Kansas.
I know. I'll be very careful. I promise.
There is a part of me that's terrified to let you do something like this. But there is another part of me that knows that you're probably old enough to make up your own mind.
Thanks, Felicia.
Thank you.
What, does it feel like he's been gone an eternity already?
Yes! Yes, it is. It has.
Believe it or not, you know, I can actually remember what that feels like.
You're really not going to try to talk me out of this, are you?
Wouldn't do me any good, would it?
No.
You.
Spencer, I'm afraid you're going to have to leave.
I just came by to tell you I bought the estate next door.
Oh, well, that's very nice. Tonight isn't the night for me to talk about
I was
this.
looking over the grounds, and I happened to see the light on in here.
Well, in the future, it would be better if you called first before you
Well,
came.
I knew if I called, you'd put me off.
So you just came over here anyway?
I was thinking about you, Rachel. About the operation. I thought you might need to talk to somebody.
Well, thank you very much, but I don't think I want to talk to you about that tonight.
You know, Rachel, you're afraid of what you're really feeling. So you tell yourself your family can't handle it. But you're the one who can't face this, not them.
You don't know what you're talking about.
No, the hell I don't. I watch you with your children. You're still trying to protect them from skinning their knees.
Well, what am I supposed to do? What can they do to help me? Nothing.
Still a pretty lonely stand to take. And you do the same thing with Michael Hudson.
No, I don't.
Oh, admit it. You watch everything you say to him. You don't want him to hover too much. You don't want to encourage him too much.
Why don't you just back off of Michael Hudson? He's been a very good friend to me.
Yeah, which is why you don't want to scare him off by showing him the real you. The real you, Rachel. The woman who has enormous needs, who hurts so badly sometimes she thinks she's gonna break. Rachel, I'm just trying to tell you that I understand.
Here you go. Piping hot.
Thank you. I'm sorry I lost my temper.
No one can say you don't know how to make an entrance.
Everyone must think I'm turning into some kind of maniac.
They know you're in pain.
Still doesn't give me the right to take it out on anyone. Sharlene always said I was my own worst enemy.
I wasn't being fair to you, John. I was trying to force you to see the way things I do. You have to deal with your loss and your grief at your own pace.
I'm not mad at you, Frankie, if that's what you think.
You're not?
I know how important it was for you and for our friends to have some kind of ceremony.
It was. It really was.
I even thought about joining you. I just couldn't. It seemed so wrong to have so much sadness in a house that Sharlene brought so much love and laughter into.
You really think she's coming back, don't you?
Not in my head. But in my heart,
So hard.
Spencer, do you have any idea of how many people are dependent on me? It's not just my family, it's every single employee in my husband's company.
I know.
So, suppose I did tell them that I was afraid, and then they would all get upset, and then I would spend most of my time trying to reassure everyone.
Why do you have to reassure them? Why don't you just let them be upset?
Because I can't stand that.
Let your family help you through this, Rachel.
What are they supposed to do? How are they supposed to help me? They can't take this surgery from me. They can't take the fear away. They can't clear up my eyes. So what am I supposed to do? And why
Why does all this have to happen to me?
Because you can take it.
Oh, yeah? Well, you're right about one thing. I am lonely. I miss my husband.
You're only alone if you want to be.
Thanks for coming over. Oh, gosh, I got clay all over you. I'm sorry.
I don't mind. It's artistic. That's better. I'd go with you to the hospital, but I have a feeling that Michael's got that covered.
Why don't you lay off, Michael, okay?
No, I'm not pitting myself against Michael or trying to pressure you. I just want you to know that I care too.
Thank you.
And I'm going to be thinking about you all day tomorrow.
Well, think positively, okay?
I wasn't sure if you'd toss me out. But I'm glad I took a chance and stopped by tonight.
I'm glad you did, too.
I'm wiped out. I really hope this is the last fight we have about Olivia.
You think it can be?
I think we really cleared the air. I didn't realize I was holding so much inside.
Well, you have to cut that out.
Well, so do you. And this is never gonna work if we keep trying to spare each other's feelings.
Amanda, there's no reason for you to be jealous of Olivia, all right?
As long as I remember that she's in the past.
She is.
I want to concentrate on what we have right now.
Me too. I've never wanted anybody as much as I want you.
That's one thing that's never changed for me either.
Amanda,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not leaving you tonight, so don't ask me to.
Well, I think that was a pretty intense fight we had.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of making up to do.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Sharlene, they all believe you're gone. That's what they want me to believe, too. I don't know, maybe they're right. But as long as I'm alive and Charlene, as long as Gregory is alive, part of you will be, too. I didn't know it would be like this. I didn't know that I would be alone in our home with our son, wondering how to make things right for him. How do I tell him? How do I convey to him what a wonderful, loving mother he had? Yesterday, I saw the most beautiful, the most exquisite exquisite sunset I've ever seen. And I turned to tell you to look at the sky, but you weren't there. But somehow, I know you were seeing it too. And whenever I have moments of doubt, I always say to myself, what would Sharlene do? What would she say? And I find an answer. You're still making things make sense for me. I was the best I ever was when I was with you. And I will always, always love you. From this moment on, I will keep a candle in this window as a symbol of my love for you. As a symbol of our undying love.